everyone. I am Saskia, the assistant editor of Voice, and welcome back to Instaviews. I know it's been a while. I have certainly missed doing this, but do not worry, we're not going away again. We have a great lineup over the next 6 weeks or so with some really great creatives that I cannot wait to introduce you to. Today, however, we are going to be joined by a very special guest, Linus Karp, who is the writer and performer of How to Live a Jellicle Life, which is a show that has had a really amazing theatre run and is back with new dates for you this September. And we are going to talk to Linus about the show's success and just how it's all been going. So, without further ado, let's bring Linus on.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I love the glasses, by the way. They are very cool.
Oh, thank you, thank you. I think I need new ones soon, actually. My sight is just getting worse and worse.
Oh, they look like they're just for fashion, but
Oh, oh, sadly, I need them.
Oh.
Mm.
So, just to start us off then, Linus, tell us a little bit about yourself and your artistic background.
Yes, sure. So, my name is Linus Karp, and I'm an actor and, well, writer, creative. From Sweden originally, but I've lived in the UK. It's almost 8 years now, so it's been quite a while. Um, yeah, so I'm queer and foreign, and I think both of those things sort of affect the type of shows I do quite a lot. And I love comedy, so I love shows that I guess make you laugh and ideally think and see things as well. And I love, of course, all things cats.
Yeah, from what I can tell, yeah.
Yeah.
So, growing up in Sweden, like, did you always know that you wanted to be a performer, or did you have a different idea for yourself?
Yeah, somehow I don't know why, because I don't have any actors, anything in the family or any close friends who are doing it. But from a very young age, I knew I wanted to become an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was really what I wanted. But I grew up like in the middle of the Swedish forest, so like there weren't really any theatre scene or anything there. So I don't really
Yeah.
know where it came from. Probably just wanting attention. Um, so I was pretty set on that from an early age.
So, like, did you used to like perform as a kid? Like, did you used to put on shows for friends and family and stuff?
Yeah, I think I did a lot of that, like at home. I mean, I have two sisters to compete with, and though they're not actors, they are big attention seekers as well. So I think it was like a battle of who could get the most attention. Um, and I was doing things like that in school as well, because at first we went to such a small school, and I mean, looking back at it, it's like they did things very weirdly there, because I don't think people necessarily checked them, but in many ways I think it was great. So
Mm-hmm.
like, rather than having written tests and stuff, we could often choose how we wanted to present something. So I very often presented whatever it was, whether it was history or English or anything. I used I dramatized it, so I did like
Yeah.
theatre shows to present the work. So I don't know how much I learned, but it was definitely helpful as a performer.
Well, it's definitely paid off now, so that's all
Yeah,
that matters,
exactly.
really.
Yeah.
So, tell us about How to Live a Jellicle Life and its life lessons of the 2019 hit musical Cats. Right,
Yes, very
that's the
good. You got the
full
title
title.
down.
Yeah.
um,
How did it come about?
so I didn't actually know anything about Cats really. Like I'd never seen the stage show when the film came out, and I only went along to see it because my partner and friend wanted to go and see it. So I went
Mm-hmm.
along with them, and it just blew my mind. Like I could not stop thinking about it. I feel like I've never seen anything like it. It's so weird and wonderful and great and terrible at the same time. So I just could not stop thinking about it. Could not stop talking about it. I had to go back to the cinema soon again, and I couldn't stop thinking about it. And I just finished a show I've been doing a month or so before. So I was looking for something new. And
Mm-hmm.
then as I couldn't stop thinking about it, I was like, maybe there is actually a show there. And I was lucky enough, I have a friend who's a director, and he was doing a scratch night. So he wanted some new writing pieces. And he actually asked me, because he knew how obsessed I'd gotten by cats.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me if I could do something cats related for it. And when he asked me that, I was like, oh, people want this. It's not just me. So I decided I have to create a jellicle show. So that's sort of how it started. And I also wanted to do something, because I created the show throughout COVID as well. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to do something that was very much, I guess, the opposite of everything that happened 2020. Like, I just wanted to be very silly and joyous and just like a big smile, I guess.
Yeah. So for people who don't or haven't seen Cats, what does jellicle mean? Is that the name of a cat, or is it like a Hakuna Matata kind of thing? What is
I
jellicle?
guess that's actually quite a good way of saying it. Like, it's more of a Hakuna Matata thing. I mean, really, it doesn't really mean anything. So
Mhm.
originally the word, so T.S. Eliot, who wrote all the poems that Cats is based on, I think it was his nephew, or niece rather, she said, she couldn't say dear little cat properly. So when she said it, it sounded like jellicle. I think that's how
Okay.
we came up with the word. And then in all these poems and the songs that then are in Cats, they sort of say all the things that jellicle are, like jellicle cats. They can sing at the same time in more than one key, and they can look at the king and sit on his throne. And I mean, they seem to be very brave and physically strong and
Mhm.
talented and so on. So I think, to me, jellicle sort of just has become, it basically means anything good. It's sort of an umbrella
Yeah.
term for every positive adjective there is.
Okay. That clears that one up.
Exactly. So it's the most like, it's the biggest compliment you can get. So I'd say like, this is a very jellicle interview.
Oh, why, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I do have to say though, when Cats came out, all I heard was terrible things about that film. And I feel like
Yeah.
your show has got more 5-star reviews than the actual film did. So how does that feel?
I mean, it would have been weird if it got worse reviews. I don't know if that would have been possible.
Yeah.
Um, I think that was actually one of the things before I opened the first run. I was like, obviously very nervous because I had no
Mhm.
idea how it would be received.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought at least it's not going to go as badly as it did for the film. Like, there's no way I can get that bad reviews. I'm not going to lose that amount of money. Like, at least it's not going to be the same. Yeah, it's been such a joy getting such positive reactions.
Yeah. It must be because I've seen all of the posters and stuff and they're all 5 stars. It's exactly what we needed. Like people are loving it. So it's great that you're back again with another run of shows for it.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad that I can do a few more sitters now. I just love doing it, and it's so much fun. Obviously, especially after like the year and a half we've had to get to go to places and perform and just have a laugh.
Yeah. So in that spirit, if you could be a cat, what cat would you be and why?
Oh, I mean, obviously, I would choose a cat from Cats.
Yeah.
Have you seen Cats?
No, I tried
Oh.
watching like a part of it because it was on TV, but I was just a bit like, "Ugh, not in the headspace to watch
Oh, you have to get onto it. Oh, it's so, like, oh, it's unlike anything.
it." Mhm.
Um, I would pick the magical Mr. Mistopheles, of course, because he's magical and wonderful and beautiful. And in the stage version, he's also very gay,
Okay.
which like they sort of straight washed him a bit for the film, which is a big shame. But
Mm.
I think he's probably the best cat. I mean, all Deuteronomy, sort of the leader cat, would be great as well, because I mean, she has all the power and she gets to make the jellicle choice every year and just
Mhm.
gets to watch all the other cats perform for her. So I guess that would also be quite a good cat to be. But yeah, I'd probably pick and choose a few aspects of each cat, really. But Mistopheles would be the ultimate one.
Okay. I may have to go back and try and finish the rest of the film now because I'm kind of in that vibe. So we'll see.
Oh, you should. You should. I think if you watch it with the right mindset, it is amazing, and there's nothing like it.
Okay, definitely added to the list of things to do this weekend.
Yeah.
So, as we know, your show has had a really good run. What is your favorite thing about touring the show?
um, I think, I mean, just especially because when we started the tour in June, that was the
Mhm.
first time we left London all year. So just
Yeah.
going to new places was such like a big thing of it. So that's definitely one of the things. And just yeah, meeting people, meeting different audiences because each city has like quite like a different vibe and a different audience as well.
Mhm.
So that's just been such a joy. And every venue we've been to have been amazing. Like it's not been like up and because I've toured before and though it's usually great, like there'll always be like a few rougher parts or some venues
Yeah.
aren't the same as others. But like this time it's just been every single venue has been great. The people have been amazing. The reactions have been great. It's just been such a joy. It's not really been a downside to it. I just don't want it to end. I wish I could continue to tour it forever.
Yeah. So this time though, it's early September. You're in London, and are you going to Brighton again? I think it was.
Yes. So I'm
Yes.
doing London 3rd and 4th of September, and then Brighton 5th, and then Nottingham as well on the 11th.
So plenty of chances to watch it, guys.
Exactly.
Go. I need to see it myself. I'm really hoping I can get to a London show. I definitely need to see this because I've heard such good things.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that would be most jellicle to have you there.
So you said that you filmed part of the show in COVID.
Yes, I created it throughout lockdown because I did. So the scratch performance where I first started doing it for was at the beginning of 2020, so sort of at the very beginning of March, so just before everything went terrible.
Yeah.
But I think I was so blessed to have done it then, because then I sort of realized that there was a show here and it had potential, so I could start working on it properly. And throughout COVID, although I didn't know when or where it would happen, I could sort of work on it at my own pace. And I was walking around in the woods and I was like, oh, now I have an idea for a joke or for something that would work in the show. So in a way, it was quite nice to create the show, because I think normally when you create theatre, you have such set deadlines and so on.
Yeah.
Whereas now it was like I could do it at my own time. And yeah, it was just so nice to have something creative, because obviously all work was taken away from me and everybody else. And it was just nice to be able to do something creative and silly and stupid.
But as a creative though, how was lockdown for you? Like, did you find it challenging at times, or did you use it as a time to reflect?
I mean, it was very tough, of course. I actually went back to Sweden. So I spent 5 months back with my parents in Sweden, which I'm so lucky to be able to do. Like, that was such a joy. My mum just joined, actually. Hi, Mum.
Oh,
I spent
hello,
some
lovely
time
Mrs.
with
Mum.
So it was so nice, because I think otherwise I would just been stuck here in like a small London flat, not really be able to do anything. Whereas now I was in the Swedish forest, so I like had a dog and I could go for walks and all those kind of things, which just made it more bearable and nicer. Obviously it was so uncertain and stuff, but I think that made a huge difference. But then I don't think anyone, I mean, there was lockdown after lockdown after lockdown, so I don't think anyone could have known it was going to go on for that long, obviously. But we did manage to have some fun in between. Like, the show opened in October last year, so it was sort of like in between lockdowns we managed to get in a run there, which was also like, then it just felt unreal to have a week that was just performing and having fun.
Yeah, very well deserved after obviously spending all that time in lockdown. It can get so tedious.
Yeah.
So what would you say was your one highlight from working on the show, and one challenge that you had?
I think I mean, there's so many highlights, but I would say probably the best thing is the confidence it's given me, in that, like, obviously I've done shows before and I've even done solo shows before, but I've never written my own show like this. And I think the show is, although it's very silly, it's also quite personal, and I do have a lot of myself in it. And I think when getting that out there and having that received so well has just been such a boost. And I feel more confident as a writer now, and doing I do things in the show like that I feel like I've always been scared of doing. Like, I do a bit of dancing and things like that, and I'm really not a dancer. But I think it's just given me a lot of confidence to do the things that I used to be quite scared of, which I hope that can bring with me to other shows and other projects as well.
Yeah.
And I think the toughest thing is COVID. The show was meant to happen at Edinburgh Fringe last year. Obviously, that never happened. It was like, it had so many cancellations and shows postponed as well. I was meant to do a Christmas run of it, but that got cancelled after one show because Tier 4 happened, and everything just kept being pushed back. And it's really hard to stay hopeful and ambitious, I guess, when it's just things happen and that's out of your control. Obviously, I've been very lucky to still be able to do the shows, but it's been such an uncertain time.
Yeah, but it really must make you appreciate the time that you do have now, obviously going to 3 different cities to bring jellicle to everybody. So it's going to be, definitely an exciting time for you coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't wait to bring it back again now.
So after the tour is done, do you have anything else in the works? Like, what is there anything you're working on currently?
Yeah, so I am. I'm doing another project. I'm going off to Italy after the tour to film a project there, which I'm very excited about.
Oh,
And it's nice because I just get to be an actor. Because obviously I
yeah.
love doing all the other things as well, but doing your own show is so much of it is just like promoting it and all that side, like the marketing and the producing, and it's not very fun. That's just like a lot of work. So I'm very much looking forward to actually just be an actor in a project and get to go to Italy.
Yeah, I mean, are you
So
allowed to say what the project's about at all? Or?
well, it's a film, so it's a drama comedy.
Oh, wow.
So like a low budget film, which like a really interesting script, like really funny and weird. A lot of different characters, and I play quite a small part in it, but very much looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And then I've also started working on what I hope will be my next show, which I guess will also be like a very silly and stupid show, which sort of like a lot of aspects of queer life and being foreign in it as well, which hopefully will happen sometime next year.
And will that be another one-man show, or are you going to have a cast? Or
Actually, as I think at the moment it would have a cast of 3, so it's quite different. So hopefully, but yeah, we'll see. I might have to. I mean, we'll see if I am able to share the stage, if my ego can handle that, or if I'll just cut the other parts out and I'll just make it all about myself again.
well, to be decided. We'll see what.
Yeah,
see
exactly.
So my last question for you then, Linus, is do you have any advice for young people who are looking to do what you do and how they can do it successfully?
I think a key thing to remember is that there's no right way to do it. So like you can definitely do it in whatever way you want to. But I think the main thing for me is that you shouldn't wait for permission to do certain things. You shouldn't wait for people to necessarily ask you to do certain things. Because I feel like so much of my early career, I was sort of like just waiting to get an audition and waiting to be seen for certain things. But it, like for so many other people, that just doesn't really happen very often. And I think when I started creating my own work, that just opened so many doors, and it was so creatively satisfying as well. Because normally, obviously, you're never seen for the parts you want to necessarily. Like just because I'm foreign, I would often be seen for like very small foreign parts, but I always felt like there's actually more I can do. And when I started creating my own work, I got to do that. So I think if you can create your own things, that's always a good start, because then you actually get to do whatever you want to do. And if you're lucky, that might open other doors and lead to other things as well.
Absolutely. Don't wait for somebody to give you the right part. Go out there and create it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's key.
So where can people find you on social? And if they want to buy tickets to How to Live a Jellicle Life for any of the cities, where can they do that?
Oh, a very good question. So I'm on social media, on Twitter and Instagram, at Linus Karp. I mean, you can probably see that on this live as well. The production company is called Awkward Productions, that I do all the shows under. It's at Awkward Prods on Twitter and Instagram as well. And if you head to either my page or the production page, the link in the bio will be to the ticket page. We've got like all the cities listed together, so you can just click at whatever city you're interested in. So that should be easy enough, I think. It's just linktree/jellicle, but it will be in the bios of both. Yeah.
Amazing. Go and get your tickets, because I know that this is going to be a good one, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Linus, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute jellicle time talking to you.
Oh, Saskia, it's been my jellicle pleasure.
And well, thank you everybody for watching. Do go and buy tickets to How to Live a Jellicle Life, and I will see you again next week. Linus, it's been a pleasure. Take care.
Well,
and have a good one.
Much. Stay jellicle.
Yes, I will. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Today's episode was made possible by Voice Magazine, an online platform for young people interested in art and culture. You can read VoiceOver at voicemag.uk and find it on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook as VoiceMagUK. If you like this podcast, please consider helping us to make more with a donation of any amount at voicemag.uk/donate. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for use of the track Thief in the Night. You can find more of his work on incomputech.com.